Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back in the next session. On this, the second session of today's reading skills, skimming and scanning. Uh, just let me know if you can hear my voice, if I'm audible, so that I can continue. All right. Am I audible to everyone? Yes. Tahira, thank you so much for your response. All right. So you see that in the previous, session, in session one, I asked you that what is the most challenging thing that you encounter whenever you get to, read, or whenever you get the task of reading comprehension in any of your examination, especially when it is relevant to English, reading skills. And then we figured out that vocabulary, unfamiliar vocabulary and words which are sure to come. I mean, nobody can claim that to be knowing each and every word of a language, whatever the language we talk about. There are always words which we don't know. All right, and there are words we know based on our, the learning since childhood, because English is a compulsory subject. So I was telling you that what is the process of skimming and how to make skimming worth, and how it helps you, and what is the technique and the procedure. That is to read the title, read the subtitles, and the introduction. Okay, read the first sentence of each paragraph, because each paragraph, first sentence is the topic sentence. That is the main idea of the paragraph. Then another tip is that notice if there are any pictures or charts or graphics, any statistics, facts, and figures given. Okay, that is also can be helpful. And then read the summary or the last paragraph if there is any, if there is. All right. So it depends at what kind of passage and what kind of content you are getting. So let's talk about the uh, the point where we left in the first session. That was about what will you do when you encounter any unfamiliar vocabulary, and you are definitely you will get unseen passage. You will not have time to look up the word in the dictionary. So what should you do? So for that, remember that contextual understanding. You know what is contextual understanding? What is um, getting the meaning of a word from its context? How to do this? Suppose you are reading a paragraph that is about the life cycle of a butterfly, or that is that is about anything, and then you come across a word in a paragraph which is a new word to you. You haven't heard that word before, or you are so enigmatic, you are so confused that what could be the meaning of it. Okay, then read the line before that, read the whole sentence, read the line before that, in which the whole line in which the word has been used, and line after this, after the sentence, the word, the line in which the word has been used, that sentence, a sentence before that, and a sentence after that. Okay, it means that when you are reading the entire situation in which the word has been used, you will you will be able to guess the meaning. And most of the times, when you guess the meaning through the contextual understanding is correct. All right. For example, the police was chasing the criminal, but couldn't find him and couldn't catch him because he disguised himself as a beggar. All right. Now you see that okay, disguise. What could be the meaning of the word disguise? So you see that couldn't find him because he disguised himself as a beggar, and the police could not identify. So the line after that, the police could not identify. All right, and the line before that, they couldn't find him. It can be relevant to some extent. This is just an example that came into my mind right now, and I'm sharing. I don't have anything in front of me right now. So you will see that the criminal and the thief disguised himself as a beggar, means that he he hid his identity. Hid means to hide. Okay, so disguise means to hide the identity. All right, so that the police could not recognize him, identify him. So these are the contextual clues. This is the contextual understanding of vocabulary, and it is very normal, that while doing the reading comprehension, you will see some of the words which are unfamiliar. But that does not mean you come under stress and you think, oh my God, how I'm going to do it because I don't know meaning of that word. So remember that in the reading comprehension, if you don't know the meaning of particular word, that is fine because the questions are about your comprehension. So if you understand the overall gist, the overall meaning of the sentence and the situation, then you will be able to answer it, no matter that one particular word is not known by you. Okay, so use the contextual understanding, reading the sentence, a sentence before, a sentence after, to understand that what could be the meaning of this word. Now let's practice skimming using the questions below. Choose a heading that best matches the upcoming paragraph, and remember to underline your keywords. Okay, parents are to blame for the state of children today. A report with many conclusions and worries about the United Kingdom. Growing up unhappy generation. There are so many social problems young children face today. Okay, so these are the four options. Now, let's skim the first and the last sentences for from the passage. Can you just give it a quick reading? Read it. I'm giving you, or any one of you could volunteer to read it. Who would like to unmute and read this? This is a practice for you. Okay, let's practice.
Yes, ma'am. I want to read.
Yes, please do that. Please do that.
In recent ye- in recent years, evidence has been collected which suggested that proportion of British children and teenagers who are unhappy is higher than in many other developed countries around the world. For example, a people in 19 European countries, sorry, a
Mhm.
recently published report set out to measure well-being among young people in 19 European countries found that the United Kingdom came bottom. The report was based on statistics and surveys in which young people answered questions on a wide range of subjects. The United Kingdom is a relatively unequal country with a relatively high proportion of young people living in household with less than half the national average income. This seems to have a negative effect on how they feel about themselves.
Okay. Now, what's your answer? What do you think? That let's go back. What was what were the keywords? What was the task? Choose a heading that best matches the upcoming paragraph. All right. And remember to underline. What do you think? What out of these four options, what do you think is the best heading and the best title for this paragraph?
Unhappy generation.
Unhappy generation, growing up unhappy generation. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you think that there is the possibility of any other options?
yeah, it may be
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mm, worries about the United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. 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 All right. Look at this option D. There are so many social problems young people feel today, face today. Sorry. So you see that there are many. This is vague. This is unclear. So it can easily be deleted from the list. Okay. So option D is never possible. Okay. Then parents are to blame for the state of children today. So do you think that this is the whole paragraph about parents? Okay, this is just a line that says that, where it is, let's look at the information. Okay, so parents blame, to blame for the state of children today. Is there anything mentioned, such thing mentioned in the paragraph, in the passage? All right. No, Ariba is saying no. Okay. A report with many conclusions and worries about the United Kingdom. Okay. So I think that growing up unhappy generation, okay, is very close and it can be a suitable title for this because it is short, it is concise, all right, and it is summing up the whole idea. Okay. In which we are mentioning about, but option C is correct. Yes, you are right, Ariba. Option C is correct. It's kind of correct because it is short, it is sweet, and it is starting with Jaren. So we can say that this could be a good title for it, good heading for it. Okay. Now let's go ahead. What is scanning? Okay, so you know that we have now understood that skimming is to read for the general idea. Okay, like you know, for example, that you are given a topic to prepare a presentation on any particular subject. Okay, so what happens, you go to the library and on internet you read many articles, you find many articles on the topic, you find many books on the topic. You're not going to read each and everything, so many books, so many articles, word to word, and with a lot of time in consideration. What you're gonna do, you're just going to look at the information quickly that is relevant to your topic and note it down. Okay, and the main ideas, and then the skimming is done. Okay, but what is scanning? It is like, the scanning helps you to speeding up your reading. It is not it is unlike skimming. When scanning, you look only for a specific fact or piece of information without reading anything. Like for example, if there is at early stages the reading comprehension is very easy. Scanning is like, for example, there is a passage about Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and the question is, when was Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, when and where was Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah born? So you see that in the passage the name of the city and the year is mentioned, so you will go in, spot the information, the fact, that may be day or year or number or any particular names. Okay, so scanning is hitting the keywords that are based, that could be numbers, that could be dates, that could be telephone number, particular names, number, like, you are reading a passage about telephone, and there is an information that who invented, the question, who invented telephone. Okay, and then you go and see that in the passage where the name of the inventor is written, so you will go and hit that and choose the answer or write it down. Okay, so scanning is looking for the specific facts and information. Okay, now let's go ahead. Okay, scanning means getting only what you need. So scanning is rapidly running your eyes over the text in order to locate specific details. So maybe you're getting a passage where there is a lot of historical information and years are mentioned and a lot of events that happened. Okay, in that passage, chronological information is given. All right. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna read the questions and then see that where the information about this particular question, the year which is being asked, where it is present. So what are the steps? That you search for keywords, move quickly over the page, and less reading and more searching. Okay, so you are not reading each and everything. Okay, let's practice scanning using the question below. This is the question. How many European countries are in first report? Remember to underline your keywords. What is your keyword? Number. How many European countries are in first report? Okay, so who would like to read it?
Madam, may I?
Yes, please do this. Yes, observe. Beta read.
Madam, may I?
Yes, please, please, please.
आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Yes, please.
In a recent years, evidence has been collected which is suggested that the proportion of British children and teenagers who are unhappy is higher than many other developed countries around the world. For example, a recently published report set out to the measure well-being among young people in 19 European countries found that the United Kingdom came bottom. The report was based on statistics and surveys in which young people answered questions on a wide range of subjects. The United Kingdom is a relatively unequal country with a relatively high proportions of young people living in households with less than half the national average income. This seems to have a negative effect on how they feel about themselves.
Okay. Thank you so much, Afzal, for volunteering and for reading. Okay, I'm so happy when you participate. All right, so you see that how different it is. The first skimming exercise, in which the question was to choose the title and the heading for the passage, and there were four statements, four phrases were given, and you were to choose one that could go the best with the passage. But here, how scanning is different, that you have been asked a very simple question, that how many European countries are in the first report. So you see that how many European countries. So you will go in the passage and see where is the report and European countries are written. So you will look for the keywords. Okay, published report. Now look at published report. Okay, and European countries. Okay, uh, it is written. Okay, European countries, and the number which is here, set out to measure well-being among young people in 19 European countries. So look at the question, how many European countries? And here 19 European countries. So this 19 is your answer. Okay. So scanning is rather easier than you see skimming, and you will see that mostly the standardized tests, English test, TOEFL, IELTS, or whatever, they usually give the questions based on skimming. Scanning के भी होते हैं, we can't say that नहीं होते, but again, scanning is easier than skimming. Anyways, so let's conclude this. Skim to understand the general idea of a passage, and skim for specific words, numbers, or details. Okay, now what are the objectives of and the benefits for scanning and skimming? Like number one, identify topics for reading, to know the opinions of people. Like if you are reading a report, if you are reading any article, all right, so you will get to know that what is the author's point of view about that particular thing. Maybe you are reading a research article about coronavirus, so you will get to know that what is the attitude and what is behavior towards the coronavirus, following the SOPs and all that. So the reading, as I said, that what to pick for reading is your choice when we talk about extensive. And what comes in your exam, that is teacher's choice, that is the organization's choice who is making the paper. So the reading passage can come from any sources, okay, as they are unseen. To determine the organization of writing, that organization does not mean the institution. Organization means how the passage is written. What is the organization? The organization of the words and the ideas. To get the important part, that we need a whole and no reading. To decide what to read, what not to read, what to skip, what to pay attention. To refresh what we have read. Hmm. Okay. So as for the benefits, among others, you can search for a specific information. Okay. You can explore the many pages of the book in short time. Okay. And you can, another thing is that it saves your time. Another benefit, wait a minute, and not too much of waste of time, like looking for something, the chill of the book and what does not support particular action, because there is a lot to read. So skimming and scanning helps you. You can't read everything sometimes. You just want to get the general idea. So how are we going to conclude it, that skimming and scanning is used when reading all types of documents. Once again, we skim to get the idea of what a document is about, and typically skim all documents before we actually begin to read. We skim. What do? We think about the topic. We think about what we already knew about the topic, and we guess or start to guess or anticipate the details we are going to read about. we are going to get any, if we are going to get any new information. We also want to know about the attitude of the writer and the author and the ideas of the general, generalization and the general public. Why do we scan? We scan for specific information, and we work quickly when we skim and scan. All right. So here we are going to end the topic, and I hope those exercises were helpful for you. Let's have a quick mm, quiz. All right. And when we are doing the quiz, I would want your mhm, input. You can unmute yourself and answer me, and you can write in the chat box. Okay, so all right, look at this. What is scanning? This is question number one. All right, so we will see, quick reading over a text to get the general gist, taking the time to understand the whole text in depth, quickly reading over a text to find some specific information which is focused upon. So quickly reading over a text is like, maybe we can say it number one. And
Yeah, number one, ma'am.
number one, quickly reading
Yes.
over a text to get the general gist is number one, scanning. Is this definition correct? Scanning definition correct? Quickly get the general gist.
नो मैम
No? What do you think? What is correct in your opinion?
मैम मैं तो अभी
Number
आया हूँ, मुझे पता नहीं है, लेकिन आई थिंक स्पेसिफिक इंफॉर्मेशन.
Okay, a specific information. Quickly reading
yeah,
over
yeah,
a text
exactly
to find some
that one.
specific information. Okay. Yes. So who was that, by the way, who just joined?
मैम अदनान.
Adnan. Adnan, very good. I'm impressed. All right. Okay.
थैंक यू मैम.
Now, dear students, please remember the key
Ma'am, and
word.
also me, I was also saying about quickly reading over a text to find some.
Okay. See, it happens, doesn't matter. Remember, skimming का कीवर्ड अपने जहन में रखें. General idea, general gist, the main idea. We do skimming to get the main idea of the text, general gist. We do scanning for the specific information. So that specific term will lead you to decide that it is scanning. We are talking about scanning, all right? Now, what is skimming? Quickly reading over a text to get the general gist. Quickly reading over a text. It's the same options. Now, what do you think? Which one is correct?
First one, ma'am.
1 or 3? First 3 मैम.
First and
Number
three.
one.
Taking the time to understand the whole text in depth. All right. Number one. Okay. Acha, number three, Adnan, can't be correct because taking the time to understand the whole text in depth. See, skimming and skinning we do
मैम
because
नंबर
we
3
want to,
क्विकली रीड
yeah,
था
because
मैम.
we want to save our time. We do skimming and scanning techniques because there is a lot to read, and especially in the examination, in TOEFL, IELTS, you have limited time to do the reading comprehension part. So if you get entangled, if you get trapped in word to word vocabulary and this thing and that thing, you will not be able to do your task and accomplish your task within the time allocated. So that is why skimming and scanning, they are the techniques.
मैम जनरल जस्ट मींस.
General just means general idea, main idea. What is it generally about?
यस मैम. थैंक यू.
Okay. And then because you joined late, so please listen to the lecture, the first session recorded lecture that I'm going to put on YouTube. And we have
यस
talked a
मैम.
lot about it. Okay.
यस मैम.
All right. Now, this is very interesting. Now, you must be thinking that this quiz will be about only this information. No, this is the test of your knowledge as well and intelligence. Looking through a Google search list is an example of skimming or scanning. Like, you write keywords on the Google search bar and about coronavirus,
Scanning.
whatever. So what is it called? Is it skimming or scanning? What do you?
Skimming.
Scanning.
This is scanning. Looking through a Google search.
Skimming, ma'am,
It is
I think.
okay. Adnan is saying is skimming, and what is the other girl name?
Scanning, ma'am.
Okay,
Sidra. Scanning.
Sidra. All right, Sidra is saying is scanning. Let's see. Okay, fine. So looking through a Google search list. Search list is an example of scanning, because why? It means that when you write something or write in the search bar, you are basically scanning, looking for the specific information, not the general idea.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Who is this? Okay, scanning Afzal Khoso. Yes, thank you so much. Next. Looking up the meaning of a word in the dictionary is an example of skimming or scanning.
No, it's skimming, ma'am.
Skimming or scanning?
Scanning.
Again,
Again, scanning. Who said that? All right. Write in the chat
Skimming.
box. Write in the chat box.
Scanning.
Mhm. This is scanning. Looking up the meaning of a word in the dictionary is an example of. Again, you are not looking for a word and looking up in the dictionary for the general idea. All right. You are looking for specific information. Looking through a magazine to check what articles to read is an example of. You have a magazine and you would like to know what to read, what not to read, which one is of my interest, which one of is not of my interest. So what is it called?
skimming.
This is called skimming. Sidra is saying skimming. Anybody else? Okay, Zubair is saying skimming. All right. Okay. um let's see. Yes, this is skimming. You have a magazine which has a lot of articles in it, and you would like to see which one you should read. Okay, so you will just go through it, skim through it to see the topic of your interest. When you read the opening and closing of the paragraph of the text, you are skimming or scanning?
Skimming, ma'am.
Skimming. Yes, remember I told you we already have discussed the techniques that you read the title, you read the introduction, you read the first sentence of each paragraph, and the first sentence of each paragraph is called a topic sentence that will give you an idea of what the paragraph is all about. Nice. Skimming is mostly used while reading a newspaper or magazine. True or false?
True.
True. Okay. Do we have any more
Yes, true, ma'am.
responses? Anybody says this is false? Anybody says this is false? All right. Uruj is also saying true. Okay. Yes, this is true. Good job. If you're reading a patient's case notes and needed to find some specific information, which reading strategy would be most useful?
Scanning.
Scanning, ma'am.
Scanning?
Ma'am, scanning.
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 Great. Okay. Excellent. I mean, now you understand with the help of these examples. Looking for your flight number at the airport information board is an example of.
Scanning.
Scanning, ma'am.
Yes, numbers, names, you know, days, years. If you find your name in the students list, this is
Scanning.
this is a scanning again. Excellent. We use skimming too. Why do we use skimming? We use skimming too for what?
General ID.
For general gist,
For general gist, okay. Yes. Mhm.
Know the
General
journal
idea of an
Okay,
article.
find facts.
And
Right.
article.
find the
Facts.
main idea.
Find the detail of an issue. Knowledge. Know the general idea of an article. Find the specific information. Which one?
Ma'am, 2.
Know the general idea of an
C.
article.
Know the
journal
general
idea.
article.
Okay, know the general idea of an article. All right.
An article, ma'am.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, now, okay. So thank you so much for your participation, and I hope you have understood the uh, the basic techniques of skimming and scanning, and this will surely help you in your in your future tasks, like whenever you are appearing in any tests, and definitely in your examination I'm going to give you one passage followed by different multiple choice questions, and in which the questions can be of for the general idea, for finding the specific information. So you can utilize and you can use these two techniques to answer your questions and choose the best answer. Okay. So anything else you would like to talk about? Okay. Acha, I want to
Yes,
share
ma'am.
with you. I would like to share with you. Just a minute. Let me stop the recording and then I will discuss with you something. All right. So I have already.
Ma'am, I have to ask something.
Yes, Sidra, please do ask.
मैम आपने प्रीवियस लेक्चर में किसी असाइनमेंट का जिक्र किया था, वो मैंने अभी तक सॉरी सुना नहीं है, लेकिन मैंने स्टूडेंट ने एक मेरे साथ शेयर किया, आपने अभी तक उसकी डेडलाइन नहीं बताई है ना,
Yes,
सो
yes,
काइंडली वो
yes.
बता दें.
I'm telling you, and when I taught you descriptive and narrative writing, in those two topics, I have assigned you a task, and I mean, I have given you an assignment. Um, okay, let's do one thing. I'm going to make a video for the assignments and then upload it on YouTube. Okay, it will have all the details of how to do the assignment and when to submit it. Is that a good idea?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
It's
All
ma'am,
right.
exactly.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
great.
All right. So I will just do it now because Saturday is the day when I have time. I'll do it now and I will upload it. Okay. Now let's come to Adnan's question. See, Adnan, in the month of August and September, when we started our this semester foundation of English, I have posted about 30 videos, 29 to 30 videos. You see, um, or maybe I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating. At least at least 25 videos are there on your channel. All right, and all the video of my subject starts with FEG. Okay, this is one identification. I have shared all the links. If you couldn't find the links, please go back to the scroll up, and then you will have the links of all those videos. Otherwise, go to the channel directly, search, you will see all FEG title videos out of my videos. We have covered almost everything, and I have taught you in detail even something additional as well, just to help you. I have taught you the grammar part that is in the in your curriculum. What should we say, that is in your the curriculum outline that was given to me. Okay, I have taught you modal verbs, I have taught you reported speech, I have taught you sentence, complex, compound sentences, phrases. I have taught you academic writing. I have taught you kinds of essays, descriptive writing, narrative writing. Today, I have uploaded one more video that is about writing essay for comparing and for compare and contrast. Okay, and all those lessons, all those my videos, they are also followed by quizzes. I always take your quizzes, check your understanding. So you see that. Okay, plus most importantly, thesis statement, which will really help you in future. So my video is also available on thesis statement. There are also in the videos you will find some listening material, some speaking things. All right, so almost we have covered as far as your foundation of English is concerned, each and everything. When you go and watch those videos, you will not only be they will not only be helpful from your examination point of view, but it will also be helpful from your uh, you know uh, from your language learning perspectives as well. All right. Today's one topic was remaining, that was about the reading strategies and two most important techniques. We have also done that today. आज हमने उसको भी कर लिया है. Almost your course is complete. Now, as soon as your deadline, your timetable for your final examination is announced, and I will be asked to make the paper. Before your exam, I will hold your practice sessions. Okay, I will schedule a meeting with you, and then I will tell you and I will teach you that what, and we will practice and do the revision of all the topics we have done that will come or that are going to come in your final exam. Is that okay, Adnan? Now tell me.
यस मैम इट्स ओके एंड क्या मैम जो हमने मिड में कर लिया है वो तो नहीं आएगा ना, वो तो कवर हो चुके हैं.
Acha, what I did in the midterm, I did not give you any questions related to reported speech. Remember,
यस मैम.
reported speech nahi diya tha.
यस
So,
मैम. यस.
yeah, so I left it, intentionally, because I thought that because I taught you a lot in those 2 months. So I know that I had to save some of the topics for the finals as well. So the reading comprehension, writing an essay, listen, reading comprehension, writing an essay, and reported speech like narration, okay, direct and indirect reported speech. These three topics will come. Okay.
Okay मैम.
All right.
Thank
And I can also
Thank
give
you
you
so much, ma'am.
one more thing. I can also give you multiple choice questions from the topics of thesis statement, academic writing, okay, like as we did the quiz today about skimming and scanning. So I will also give you the MCQs related to these topics, so that you go back to those videos and watch them. Is that
you. Yes
understood?
मैम.
Okay.
Yes मैम.
All right. Now, as far as your assignment is concerned, kindly send me your assignment by 31st December is the deadline. Okay. Now, I'm just going to record a short video with the slides open of the assignment, and I will tell you that what you have to do in that assignment. Okay. Even though I have told you already, I have explained you before, but some students, they come in the online classes, some don't come. So that is why a lot of students might have missed it. So it's better that I make a video and then put it on YouTube channel, so that all of you can watch it as per your convenience and can do the assignment. All right.
Yes मैम. मैम नेक्स्ट सेशन से प्रीवियस टॉपिक्स ही होगी मैम प्रैक्टिस.
Okay.
यस के बाद
Yeah,
कोई
yeah, yeah.
टॉपिक रहता है.
See, we have covered the curriculum. We have covered the content, everything that was in the course outline. Okay. Now, in foundation of English, nothing is remaining. And I have already, as I said, that I have already taught you a lot. A lot of videos, my lectures are available. So just go back to them, listen to them, prepare yourself from those lectures. And I told you that reported speech, writing task, narrative, descriptive, cause and effect essay, compare and contrast essays will come, as well as reading comprehension will come. Yes, yes, Afzal.
आप एक क्लास कंडक्ट करेंगे ना एग्जाम से पहले, मतलब जो हमारी फाइनल होगी
Exam se pehle. Yeah. I'll do like as I did in your midterm. Remember, in midterm, I conducted a session for you to help you and to facilitate you about your examination.
मैडम वो
Okay?
कुछ स्टूडेंट्स वो रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे थे कि आप मैडम को बोलेंगे वो यूनिवर्सिटी में लास्ट क्लास जो है वो यूनिवर्सिटी में कंडक्ट करें, एक ही मतलब आए वो आधे घंटे की, बेहतर हो
ठीक
तो
है.
बेहतर
All
हो.
right. Yeah, this could be done. Okay. All right. So observe what you can do. Let the classes, see, right now you are not going to university, beta. Okay. So as universities resume, when the university is open, all right, then one day I'm going to come. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
And then, all right. So instead of that online session for your final term, I'll do your in-person session at university. Is that fine?
Thank you very much, ma'am.
So you can inform this to everyone. They don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, as far as the course is concerned, your course is complete. All FEG videos, please go and follow them on YouTube, and you will get to learn a lot of things, not only from your examination point of view, but your future learning as well. All right. So here we end. Here we end the session, and the assignment is very easy, by the way. All right, only one assignment I require from you, and it is very easy. and it is related to your descriptive and narrative essay writing. So you must watch the descriptive and narrative lectures that I have put on YouTube. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining. Let's end the meeting now. I hope all your queries have been answered.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.